I am here with Tom from AWS. Could you, Tom, quickly introduce yourself?
Certainly, okay. So hello, everyone. My name is Tom Sargent from AWS, and I'm the EMEA Storage Partner Segment Lead. And that means that I'm responsible for our broader storage ecosystem across EMEA. And I work really closely with our ISV partners, such as Veeam, and our channel, working backwards from our customers to get them the best possible solutions as they move to cloud.
Right. So when looking backwards 2020, how do you see that world's changed, and how has it evolved?
Well, we saw a massive switch to companies having their users work from home, which really changed user behavior and the way in which companies had to consume IT. So it tended to be a very large rush towards services that were hosted online in the cloud. We saw a second spike in migrations to cloud really in the second half of 2020 as organizations were looking to really reduce costs. So for example, facilities consolidations, where again, people were trying to reduce their reliance on on-premises infrastructure and move that into AWS. So we happen to be in the right place at the right time to really help our customers weather the storm.
Right. Well, let's look at them this year. I mean, in 2021, and what key challenges then do you see that the organizations have to overcome this year?
Well, so I think data protection is really important in 2021, maybe more important than ever before, because where we've had that work from home, we've also heard in the media a lot of ransomware issues and all the various risks that come with that. So I think it's really important that companies have a valid data protection strategy, both on premises, hybrid, and once they move their data into AWS. And we have something called the shared responsibility model, where we absolutely protect the infrastructure, but the customer is ultimately responsible for their data. So it's really important to work with a partner such as Veeam to ensure that your data is protected, whether it's on premises or in cloud. And one of the first workloads actually that we see moving to AWS is that data protection workload, where companies are ensuring the best possible data protection by maybe backing up data using a product like Veeam 10 into AWS S3 buckets to provide incredibly low cost backup with incredibly long data retention.
Interesting. I just need to jump in there with the version 10, which is
version 11.
So, hey, Tom, if we think about the partners listening to this call as well, so and the message that you're telling resonates, could you give us a couple of advices how to get started, what to do as a sort of a step one, step two?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're looking at accelerating our joint work with the channel throughout this year. And on the AWS side of things, we've got something called the AWS Partner Network. And there are a lot of online resources which can show you how to work with AWS really effectively. You may be an existing AWS partner looking to increase your storage presence, and we're starting to run some regular workshops to help you understand storage in AWS and with ISV partners such as Veeam, how the services integrate together. So there are lots of opportunities to work with AWS and Veeam, because as the channel, as a joint AWS and Veeam partner, you've got the opportunity to provide the consulting services to a customer to implement a Veeam and AWS solution. You have the opportunity to provide the right AWS services for the customer and the right Veeam solution for the customer. So the channel is where we really come together and will execute effectively in 2021.
I have a tricky one for you. Could you give me the three things that comes to your mind when you hear the word Veeam?
Oh, crikey, right. So Veeam. Well, first of all, Veeam. I mean, who thought the name up? What does it even mean? Is the first thing that always springs to mind. And I mean, the second thing is giving you huge growth throughout the last couple of years. I do think of a galloping unicorn through the fields now as you cross that $1 billion valuation, which is incredible. So I mean, let me turn that around to you. What do you think of when you think of Veeam? Who came up with the name?
Yeah, well, the name is simple. I mean, when I pronounce it a bit differently by just saying VM, so you get the idea where the name comes from.
Of course, that makes sense now. Thanks, okay.
And secondly, I'm thinking about Veeam speed. I mean, we are a super fast-moving company and tend to keep it that way as well. And thirdly, I'm really looking forward for 2021 and the positive outcomes that we will definitely be seeing there. Thank you for attending the Partner Summit, Tom.
Well, thanks for the opportunity to be here. See you all in 2021.
It was good talking to you.